Let me help you. Records were what music files were stored on. You know, songs, recorded songs, records. Imagine, if you will, an iPod with 10 songs on it that you had to flip over halfway through. Sounds pretty awesome, huh? Now, the radio was a device that enabled you to listen to records without having to own the records. The people who played these records were known as DJs. They had smooth voices, lots of personality. These heroes were able to come to work hungover. Radio was like an iPod shuffle where the songs were chosen by the natural enemy of the DJ, a soulless cheeseball known as a program director. Here to induct Iris Harrison as Oregon Music Hall of Famer and DJ, Bob Ancheta.
Oh, Tony kind of had it right. But because of the last induction, we have no time for Iris, so thank you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Iris. I know most of you know that she's been in radio forever. When she was 19 years old, she told her mom that she wanted to be in radio, and she was about to enter a male-dominated occupation with no fear that she could do as good or better than any man out there. Her first job was in Eugene in 1975, and after 1 year, she applied for a job at KVAN where I was program director, and I do not remember that at all. Really, I don't. Iris says so, I was there. Iris, I know you're going to have a couple of people giving you hugs tonight, but I have one special hug for you that my wife has for you right now. My wife wants to bring this out. This is a tube of the KVAN transmitter in 1975 that Iris broadcast on. I'm going to show everybody this. This is a tube that I put into a plastic thing, and you can go back and give that to Iris. She's not going to want that Oregon Music Hall of Fame thing after all this is all over with. I was going to get her a KGON tube, but 100,000 watts, do you know how many pounds that tube would be? Anyway, more accomplishments for Iris. Her accomplishments are rare. She's one of the first women in Portland radio, along with Gloria Johnson, to become the first women to handle morning and afternoon drive in the entire country, setting the bar for women in radio. When I was out in the lobby earlier, and everybody from KGON and all of her fans are here tonight, so let's give her a round of applause. Now, before we bring her out, I got to tell you a little bit about KVAN, the first radio station that we worked at. We had no bathroom. Can you imagine? No bathroom. Really? Iris was greeted by dogs in the morning, and she couldn't get out of the car until the dogs. That was, because the radio station was next door to the St. John's Dog Motel. That's how it went. And how about those skipping records, Iris? I remember driving around and record skipping for 30 minutes, and all of a sudden somebody put a nickel on it, and somehow it kept playing. And of course, drive time at KVAN in those days was 10 a.m. to 3 because our listeners did not get up that early in the morning. I gave her tonsils away on the radio on KGON one day. Can you believe that? And it landed up on the front page of Esquire magazine. And a girl named Jenny Jepson still has those tonsils today. Can you imagine what they're worth? KGON had so many fun things going back in the days. We're not going to go forever. We had Clackamas River floats, Pat Travers pool parties, 92-cent concerts. Iris has supported the local music community forever, including many benefits for other folks over the years. She's had an open heart. She's a cancer survivor of 5 operations in 5 years and has been cancer-free for 5 years. And I'm so honored that Iris asked me to induct her. Ladies and gentlemen, I officially give you the woman with the greatest laugh and the warmest heart in the world. Iris, you're now part of the Oregon Music Hall